Hal Sutton is now 66. PGA magazine declares him dead. But that's far from the truth. When Hal Sutton woke up one morning in March 2024 to find himself listed in PGA magazine's obituary section, he had a simple response on social media: "I'm alive and well." The magazine had erroneously reported he passed away on January 19th, a mistake that left the golfing world confused, and Sutton himself responding with surprising humor. How did one of golf's most misunderstood figures end up being declared dead while still very much breathing? The story behind this bizarre headline reveals much about a career filled with extraordinary highs, devastating lows, and a resilience that defines Hal Sutton's legacy. Born in Shreveport, Louisiana, Sutton showed impressive talent from an early age. His amateur career reached its peak in 1980 when he dominated the circuit, winning the U.S. Amateur, North and South Amateur, Western Amateur, and Northeast Amateur titles all in the same year. Golf magazine named him College Player of the Year, and he proudly represented America in international competition. When Sutton turned pro in 1981, he wasted no time making his mark. He captured the Walt Disney World Golf Classic in late 1982, winning a playoff and earning PGA Tour Rookie of the Year honors. But it was 1983 that truly announced his arrival as a force in professional golf. At just 25 years old, Sutton won the prestigious Tournament Players Championship, now known simply as the Players. He followed this with his greatest triumph, winning the PGA Championship at Riviera Country Club. Opening with remarkable rounds of 65 and 66, he held off a charging Jack Nicklaus by a single stroke to claim his first and only major championship. His dominant 1983 earned him both the PGA Tour money title and Player of the Year honors. The golfing world had found its next superstar, and they nicknamed him Prince Hal, a nod to his royal-like ascension in the game. The heir apparent to golf's throne had arrived. Sutton continued winning through the mid-1980s. He added victories at the St. Jude Memphis Classic, Southwest Golf Classic, Phoenix Open, and the Memorial Tournament between 1985 and 1986. His future seemed limitless. Then came the drought. For 9 long years, Prince Hal couldn't find the winner's circle. The game that once seemed so effortless became a struggle. Lesser players might have faded away, but Sutton persevered. His patience paid off in 1995 when he won the BC Open, ending 9 years of frustration. This remarkable comeback earned him the PGA Tour Comeback Player of the Year award. Sutton had proven his resilience on golf's biggest stage, but his greatest resurgence was still to come. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Sutton experienced a remarkable second act. He won the Weston Texas Open and the prestigious Tour Championship in 1998, followed by the Bell Canadian Open in 1999. By April 2000, he had climbed to 4th in the world rankings. The defining moment of this comeback arrived at the Players' Championship in 2000. Facing down the game's most intimidating player, Tiger Woods, Sutton struck a perfect approach shot on the final hole. As the ball soared toward the green, he uttered 4 words that would become legendary: "Be the right club today." The ball landed perfectly, and Sutton secured his second Players title, a remarkable 17 years after his first. He added one final PGA Tour victory at the 2001 Shell Houston Open, bringing his total to 14 wins. Sutton holds the unique distinction of having beaten both Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods in the final stages of major golf events, taking down the 2 greatest players of their respective eras. His contributions to golf extended beyond victories. In 2007, he received the Payne Stewart Award for his character, sportsmanship, and charitable work, including helping establish the Christus Schumpert Sutton Children's Hospital in his hometown of Shreveport. But for all his triumphs, Sutton's legacy would become forever linked to one weekend in 2004. As captain of the U.S. Ryder Cup team at Oakland Hills Country Club, he made a bold decision that would haunt him for decades. Seeking a strong start, Captain Sutton paired Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson together for the opening matches. On paper, it seemed brilliant. America's 2 biggest stars joining forces. Sutton had high hopes, suggesting they could be as strong as new rope, and privately believing success might even help the 2 fierce rivals forge a friendship. The gamble backfired spectacularly. Woods and Mickelson lost both their matches on Friday, failing to earn a single point for Team USA. The Americans never recovered, eventually losing to Europe by a record margin of 18.5 to 9.5, the USA's largest defeat since 1927. The aftermath was immediate and harsh. Fingers were pointed, explanations demanded. Mickelson later claimed they were only informed of the pairing 2 days before matches began, leaving insufficient insufficient preparation time. The critical issue, according to Mickelson, was their use of different types of golf balls. Woods played a high-spin ball while Mickelson used a low-spin ball. Sutton countered by revealing that Mickelson had switched equipment manufacturers just before the Ryder Cup without informing his captain. This last-minute change to both clubs and golf ball disrupted team preparation. Sutton didn't mince words, calling the move self-serving and stating Mickelson let his whole team down. The controversy took a personal toll on Sutton, who later admitted, "I pretty much quit golf after that. I took the blame for everything." The Ryder Cup wound might have healed with time, but in 2016, it was reopened. During a press conference before the Ryder Cup at Hazeltine, Mickelson brought up the 2004 pairing again, reiterating that Sutton's decision had put them in a position to fail. Sutton, attending events as a past captain, fired back. He found it amusing that the 2004 pairing was still being discussed 12 years later and suggested Mickelson should focus on the current competition rather than past events. Sutton forcefully repeated his argument about Mickelson's equipment change. The public spat didn't last long. Within a day, Mickelson contacted Sutton personally and issued a public apology through the Golf Channel. He acknowledged his comments had come across as a personal attack and expressed remorse, saying he felt awful because his words had clearly affected Sutton personally. Throughout his career, Sutton acquired a second, less flattering nickname, Halimony. This play on the word alimony referenced his multiple marriages and divorces. While acknowledging his excellent playing career, this nickname pointed to aspects of his personal life that had become public knowledge. After stepping away from competitive golf, Sutton turned his attention to golf course design. He began working on the Dartmoor Club, pouring his decades of experience into creating a challenging yet fair layout. Then came the strange twist in March 2024. PGA magazine mistakenly included Sutton in its obituary section, erroneously listing his death as January 19, 2024. The actual date fellow golf figure, Jack Burke Jr., had passed away. Sutton addressed the error on social media with remarkable grace. "Just a correction, the PGA magazine put me in their obituaries as having passed away January 19th. I didn't, and I'm alive and well." He mentioned he was busy putting the finishing touches on the Dartmoor Club ahead of its opening. Rather than expressing anger at the mistake, Sutton found meaning in it, commenting that it was a reminder to be grateful for life and expressing thanks for the many people who reached out to check on him after seeing the false report. This calm response to such a bizarre situation revealed much about the man Hal Sutton had become. Gracious in the face of adversity, focused on the present rather than dwelling on past controversies. Hal Sutton's career is proof that public perception can be shaped by one bad weekend, but true legacy is built on consistency, talent, and how you handle life's worst moments. From golf royalty to controversy magnet to punchline to survivor, his journey contains it all. Today at 66, Sutton continues designing golf courses, grateful to still be writing his own story. He remains one of the game's most accomplished yet misunderstood figures, a champion who beat both Nicklaus and Woods, a captain who made one fateful decision, and a man who lived to read his own obituary. Perhaps there's no better example of Sutton's resilience than his simple response when the world briefly thought he was gone: "I'm alive and well." For a career marked by both triumph and turmoil, there could be no more fitting statement. If you're glad Hal's still alive, be sure to like this video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more golf legends, both living and otherwise.